You are celebrating the 12 days of Christmas with me, Father Edward Ludy. And over the last several days, I have been doing a daily show where I reflect on the collect for the day. That's a follow up to my book, Praying with the Church Through Advent. I'm happy to share that Praying with the Church Through Lent is now available for pre order over at Amazon or from Sophia Institute Press. Over these days, we have been enjoying a cup of Door County coffee. They gratuitously sent me a box, and so every day I've been enjoying a cup in the post Christmas celebration, right? 12 days after Christmas. Today's flavor is candy cane. If you know me, and if you remember from years previous, this flavor is my least favorite flavor of Door County coffee. I do not like peppermint in anything except peppermint. I like peppermint mints, but I do not like peppermint in chocolate, peppermint in ice cream, peppermint in coffee. I just don't think they belong. I was just not going to waste my time and brew it, but I thought it'd be worthwhile to take a sip and have you see my yucky face. So you get the aroma of the peppermint. Ugh. Now, someone else could order this, someone else could buy this, and you would just think it's the greatest thing ever. But to these taste buds, not good at all. So, sorry, Door County Coffee, that one, but all the other flavors I have enjoyed. So, 11 out of, well, I guess we don't know. This is day 10 of the coffee, so we have two more days, day 11, day 12. So we'll have to find out. But 11 out of 12, that's really good. Like if you got that in school, what is that? Like an 85% or a 91%? That's like a B plus, A minus. So that's good. So uh what else could we share? I every day, doing this daily little show and having to have a little talking point. I've been prognosticating, what we're going to talk about each day. So, I think, yeah, today I was simply gonna. Well, I had an idea, but so I think I was going to just talk about what I plan to write this year. So, interesting, and I'll post this later, probably today, but many of you know that I wrote this piece about the Netflix movie Mary, and uh, it was, I wouldn't call it a hit piece. It was just a I don't like this movie piece. And I just like went through historical and mystical writings, etc., and just showed like what the tradition says, what the movie proposed. So I just kind of put them all in conversation and in dialogue with each other. So, uh, uh, I was looking at that piece was published over on Crisis magazine, and the editor of Crisis magazine sends a month in review piece, and he uh he said, well, what he does in the month in review is he gives the top 10 articles for the month. And then because it was the end of the year, he gave the top 10 articles for the end of the year. Happy to share the unrecognizable Mary, my piece on the Mary movie, was the number one article in the month of December. So lots of traffic was driven to it. That's large in part thanks to Spirit Daily, who linked to it. But I know that the piece really spread like wildfire all across the internet. So I was delighted about that. And then just imagine this was released in December. So on the top 2024 articles, it was number six. So out of the entire year, this article amassed so many hits in just 1 month that it was able to be in the top six. So, uh, yeah, I plan to do more movie reviews and writings, etc. So that's something that'll be coming your way. You'll see those links posted on social media. If I'm not writing, I'll be doing a video about a film or a movie that I saw. There could be interviews, of course. Sometimes PR agencies get me those opportunities. So those are things you can look forward to. But what am I writing in 2025? So I technically don't have any book contracts, so I'm not writing a book right now. I have a book that I've proposed, and so if the publisher was to agree, then I would write that. So that's what I would be writing in 2025. I have another book idea based on a homily I preached just actually within the last month. So you could maybe go back, look at my homilies, and think, which homily could Father Edward develop into a book? And so that's brewing. That's in the back of my mind. I have a Christmas children's book that I'm in negotiation with. A publisher doesn't like the story that I wrote. They would like me to rewrite it and focus on a different aspect. I felt really called to write about this particular story. So it could be, I don't know. I have to, I've talked with people, and a lot of people tell me to stand my ground and such. So still discerning about that, but that's to come as well. So yeah, I don't have any like major writing projects per se. Not, I had a book offer. A company came to me, said, we'd like you to write this book, but then they rescinded because they couldn't get the copyright permissions necessary for me to write the book. So that was kind of I started writing it, then it kind of went away. I do anticipate writing more frequently. I would like to, my goal would be to write one article a month for Crisis Magazine. So that would be a goal of mine. Uh, and I have one drafted for January, so I just have to refine it and work on it a little bit more. Uh, more or less Crisis Magazine pieces probably tend to be a bit more edgy, if you will. So I'm writing about revival. This is the piece I want to submit for January. I have other ideas as well. In terms of research for 2025, I'm giving two papers at different symposiums, and maybe actually there's more. So one paper I'm giving at a symposium is online. It's a Zoom gathering in England, and uh, so I'll be here in America. I'll be on Zoom, and I'll share. I'm writing about at her station keeping, about Mary's role in the Passion, in the mystical writings of Maria of Agreda and Anne Catherine Emmerich. So that's one research paper I'm writing. That'll be about, a 10, 15 page paper, just tracing the footsteps of Mary, her role in the Passion according to the mystics. The second is I'm actually giving a paper on the what I would call the false apparition of Our Lady of Nisida. So uh, that I will be continuing to read the volume of messages and writings of Marianne Van Hoof, and really just trying to make sense of how do we approach a false apparition and all of that. I have lots of questions that I really want to respond to in that paper. This has been a topic that has interested me for almost a decade, and so I'm just really grateful for the opportunity to finally formalize my writing on that and my research, my knowledge. So those are two things that I know for sure that I'll be writing here in 2025, but those are for academic gatherings and publications. But anybody really could read them or attend too. So there's that. So that's what I'm writing in 2025. We have a limited time available to us this morning. I got to head off uh, to first Saturday Mass. So we have to go quickly. Uh, let's see here. I'm just waiting for this to update. So today is the feast of Saint Elizabeth Ann Seton. She is one of ours. She is an American saint. She served here in the United States. There's a shrine to her out in Emmitsburg, Maryland. She actually was involved with the Civil War, I believe. Like they were nurses or something. I can't say that I have the greatest knowledge about Elizabeth Ann Seton, but let's look at the collect for today. And the collect focuses on Elizabeth Ann Seton. O God, who crowned with the gift of true faith St. Elizabeth Ann Seton's burning zeal to find you, grant by her intercession and example that we may always seek you with diligent love and find you in daily service with sincere faith. So, O God, you gave her the gift of faith. That's the virtue, who crowned with the gift of true faith, not a false faith, the true faith. Look at that qualifier. So, this is God who gives us the theological virtue of faith. Burning zeal to find you makes you wonder, was she lost? Uh, I have this recollection that one of these American women religious saints was like an Anglican and then they converted to Catholicism. So I'm wondering if this is her uh, without having looked at her little bio, but that would her a burning zeal. So she was looking for the Lord. She was burning. She knew that her life lacked something. Grant by her intercession and example, so we rely on the intercession of the saints, and also we put forward their example, that we may always seek you, that we seek the Lord, that we seek Almighty God with diligent love, with a love that's diligent. Now, it's always interesting simply to look up like what this word, we say this, we say this word, but like what would a diligent love mean? Having or showing care and conscientiousness in one's works or duty. So being conscientious in our love of God. So the acts that we do, the prayers that we say. And find you in daily service with sincere faith. That after we seek the Lord, that we find him in our daily service with sincere faith. So we have true faith, we have sincere faith, all of these ways, all of this different aspects of faith that we have in our prayer today. But we seek the Lord and we seek him by the powerful help and example of St. Elizabeth Ann Seton on this Christmas day. Well, thank you so much for tuning in today. You've been celebrating the 12 days of Christmas. I'll be back at you tomorrow with a little short one again, just like today. And looking forward to the rest of our time together as well. Until next time, may God bless you.